All right. Good morning, people. How we doing? Happy Thursday, FTG Thursday. And I got some FTGs today. Mainly I want to talk today about the reactions of some white people. And some not so white people, but you know, in this day and age, everybody's white if they don't have the correct opinions. Or they want to be, or some shit like that. Anyway, I'm swearing already. So you know it's going to be a fine FTG Thursday. I got the coffee in hand. Grandpa's ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, how about Johnny, play the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog Studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, P. Dog Night.
Yes, Queen. Stop the music. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as P. Dog Night on the internet. But you can call me Marty if you want to. I don't care. Marty, P. Dog, whatever. I'm here. And one more day of being queer, and then we're going to get back to normal. It's Monday, what is it, Thursday? Thursday, the 30th of June, 2020. It's the last day where you can be proud of who you're fucking. So I know it's not just about that. I don't want to insult my gay friends and whatever trans people I know. There's one at work, one trans person, and she's really, I mean, I say she because out of politeness, because I choose to, because she's a nice person. And so I don't have any animosity towards this person, even though she is physically a male, but she's a good person. I don't give a fuck. Now I struggle with the pronouns thing because I knew her before she was a she. So it's still, whatever. And she goes by the same name because it was one of those names that you can use in more than one way. And so I don't care. But oh, by the way, she hates Pride Month. She thinks it's a load of shit. So at least she's got one thing going for you. So anyway. So by the way, if you've just got here and the chat's kind of screwed up. So once you get here, you must refresh the entire page again because the chat's screwing up for whatever reason. The first time you come in here, you lose chat somehow. I think it's still working. Let me see if I can chat. There, see, it worked again. So I don't know what doing. You know, every time YouTube decides they're going to do something to fix YouTube, shit like this happens. The chat goes all screwy, and so we'll just deal with it. We'll deal with it as best we can. I'm going to unpin this tweet, though. So if you would do me a favor, if you see someone new come in, let them know, because I got to be able to see who's up here at the top. Anyway, so I don't know truly who was first. I'm pretty sure it was Tyre Alexander. A bunch of the tweets from the beginning of the show disappeared. So as I say good morning, which I'm about to do now, Tyre Alexander, you get the bell because you were first. Whoops, you were first. Why isn't that working? Work, Bell. Come on, Bell. There you go.
I see dead people.
Oh, I don't see dead people. I just see a lot of missing chats. Anyway, also in the chat today, welcome to the show. Rotten Corpse, Maddie's in the house. Also, good morning. Jaeger Pony, my favorite Canadian. Tyre Alexander already said. Black Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
All right, what's wrong with this thing today? Sorry, guys. Selected boys here.
Yeah, boy.
Delayed reaction. Where am I? Chicago Mike, good morning. Rachel Maddow's dildo. What's wrong with you? You know, are you going to change that to vibrator or just what to say dildo? It's a vibrating dildo. It's still a dildo. Anyway, good morning, Attack Alpaca. I'm really talking way too much about Rachel Maddow's dildo. Anyway, also good morning, Attack Alpaca. Advocatus Diablo, the Devil's Advocate. DI Freighter Watcher, what's happening? Good morning, Sean DW's in the back. Nice to see you. YouTube chat is sick of YouTube BS at this point. Yes, I agree. Also, good morning to, well, that's it. By the way, if you like what we do, hit the like button sometime during the show. So share the stream right now with someone you love and or someone you don't love, but you want to love, or you, well, I don't know. And then also during the show, you can sponsor the show at pdognight.live. Now, I must say, this morning's Superstar Donor of the Day, I don't know if this one's going to be B today, because Tazzy, my friend Tazzy from Down Under, she has been so generous to donate a big fitty up there. So Tazzy, you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. That's awesome. Yeah, you get a double, you get a little bit of everything here. Anyway, Tazzy says with the big 5-0, that is very generous of you. Thank you, my dear. Who says, hey, P-Dog, just wanted to say thank you for the show each day, and I appreciate you taking the time to do what you do. All the best to you, Lady Boomer, and the family. Cheers, mate. And thanks again, Tazzy. Well, Tazzy, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm just getting all kinds of bells here. In fact, that even gets one of these. I should have said it much louder. Thank you, Tazzy, for being such a great sponsor of the show, and I greatly appreciate you. All right, now, also, another sponsor this morning, Hypocrisy. Now, I'm not sure who's doing the Hypocrisy, but we're going to use this right now. Oh my goodness, I might just be doing donations today. First of all, let's start with Hypocrisy though. Hypocrisy donated a deuce, dropped a deuce in the tip jar. Dropping a deuce. I love saying that. I think it's funny, and it's never not funny to me. I don't know. Thank you for dropping a deuce in the tip jar. Who says the left, we will fight for all people of color. Also the left, these fucking coon-ass niggas need to learn we know what's best for their ignorant asses, those dumb colored fuckwits. Yes, that's about how it goes right now. And that's what the show's about, because, man, these leftists just went off on Clarence Thomas and they showed their true colors shining through. They see their true colors. And that's why they hate you. They'll call you a coon and let it show their true colors. True colors. You ignorant motherfuckers. Showing your true colors. But that's none of my business. Anyway, thank you, Hypocrisy, for sponsoring the show. Appreciate it. Also, Alone's in the house, always lost on nothing else, with the most patriotic donation in the history of the United States of America, with a big 1776. It's a patriotic donation. In fact, over the next today and tomorrow and Monday, we're going to go for the patriotic donations, the 1776s, because I got to buy a new laptop before I go to Hotep Nation, because I want to be able to stream my show from there. And I'll talk to the guys and see if I can borrow some of their shit. But if I can't, it would help to have, because my laptop got stolen when I was in San Francisco. Remember, my car got broken into, and I've never replaced it. And now I'm like at a point where, God, I should be able to do the show from the road, but I still have all this other equipment, but I don't have a laptop to do it on. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. Thank you for the 1776, the most patriotic donation out there. Who says donation $4.95. I alone, aka always lost and nothing else, number my comments and donations, but I don't sub or follow anyone. I'll be lurking for a while now. Have a good day, or have a good show. P-Dog. Well, alone, You are a great American, and thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's awesome. USA, USA, USA. All right. I'm not done saying hi to everybody. I'm just babbling along here, and it's kind of funny. But good morning, Sound Humboldt Nation. I do see you now. Also, good morning. Who else just showed up? Spud Guns here. Cannon Hotep. Where's my? I don't have that. Cannon, you were gonna send me that Dom DeMarco thing, and I don't see it. I never got it. We'll figure that out eventually. All right. Also, good morning, Green Badger Outdoors, and I think that's about everybody. I haven't talked to you yet. I'll figure it out and say hi, and I'll probably say hi to some people twice because I never know if I've always said hi to everybody, but I'm trying to do that. All right. Thank you all for being here. 28 people, 17 likes. Hit that like button and so on and so forth. So let's get into this thing with Clarence Thomas because that's really what my show's about today. Because, you know, the progressives show the true colors. Now, you know, there's always that thing about how the parties switched and this and that and the but no, it's always been the more government people versus the anti-government people, and the more government people are still in control. And unfortunately, too many of the people that shouldn't be more government people are more government people, even though they have an R behind their names. And Spudgun, everyone in the chat, you have to refresh the page at least one time for the chat to work. Otherwise, for whatever reason, the chats disappear. So I don't know what's going on, but we've tested it and it seems to work. Make sure that. Nickel Slick saying the quiet part out loud again this morning. What is that about, Cannon? I gotta know. But let's get into the thing with Clarence Thomas, because the left lost their damn mind on some of these decisions. They had the gun decision, they had the Roe versus Wade decision, you had the guy who did his prayer by himself in the middle of the field who got fired. They got that decision. And so a lot of people went off on Clarence Thomas for whatever reason. They went. In fact, I'm gonna pin the Freighter Watchers up here so we know that if you're having trouble with the chat, you need to refresh. All right. So, but for whatever reason, the Roe decision, even though Samuel Alito wrote the decision, a lot of these white and pseudo-white leftists, I'll explain pseudo-white in a minute, pseudo-white leftists just started. Like, they went off on Clarence Thomas, throwing out N-bombs on Twitter and saying all this crazy shit. And I'll show you, we're going to see some of it here. And, but I want, so the one article that I like about this right here is from the American Spectator. We're going to go through this, and then I'm going to show you some examples of what they're talking about here. They have a couple in the article too. The left's racist reaction to Dobbs v. Jackson. Clarence Thomas is under fire. Now, I hate this terminology, but I'm going to read it anyway, for leaving the plantation. And it's not, well, anyway, progressives like nothing better than to lecture conservatives on racism, accusing us of reveling. Now, us, not being of color, I don't mean us. I'm pretty sure he means white conservatives there. Reveling in white privilege and voting Republican due to deeply held aversion to people of color, which is a stupid phrase. Everyone has a color. I mean, anyway, they have, of course, absolved themselves of all sins racial by claiming to be woke, although they hate that word now because we use it to make fun of them. Hello, Damien. What's up, Damien Gershwin? But the mendacity of that pose has been laid bare by the barrage of openly racist attacks on Clarence Thomas pursuant to last week's Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe versus Wade. Justice Samuel Alito authored the ruling, and it was supported by a majority of the court. But progressive rage has focused on Thomas. Yes, it has. And it hasn't been subtle. Social media contained countless attacks on Justice Thomas that prominently featured the N-word. Yes, and I don't mean nomination or naughty or necrophilia. You know what N-word they're talking about. These verbal assaults have been by no means been limited to anonymous trolls. The Post-Millennial reports that lily white pollster John Colbert tweeted, quote, Clarence Thomas, just another dumb field nigger. Yes, he put the hard R in the thing too. These verbal assaults have I already said that. Nor have Democrat luminaries failed to pile on. Hillary Clinton appeared on CBS this morning to denounce Clinton. Now I'm going to show you this one because this one needs to be seen. Where's Hillary Clinton? I got this right here. Where's Hillary Clinton? Might be over here. Here it is. Listen to Hillary Clinton here. And let me ask you if you catch what I caught here, because it's amazing. It's amazing. By the way, refresh the page so your chat works, by the way. Just got to remind you. All right, here we go. Listen to Hillary Clinton. Wait.
Justice Thomas has sort of floated that out there about contraceptive rights, contraception, and about same-sex marriages. But other justices have pushed back to say no.
Sorry, I'm going to start this over just because the page didn't open right. Here we go. What does that look? Damn. She looks like the devil. All right, listen to Hillary Clinton. Listen, now there's something subtle here, but I'm going to let you hear it, right? By the way, I want you to note the irony of this too. Oh, here we go.
Justice Thomas has sort of floated that out there about contraceptive rights, contraception, and about same-sex marriages. But other justices have pushed back to say, no, he's really sort of on his own with that.
Well,
Don't believe that?
Well, he may be on his own, but he's signaling, as he often did. You know, people. I went to law school with him. Mm-hmm. He's been a person of grievance for as long as I've known him. Resentment, grievance, anger. And he has signaled.
Hold up. Hold the fuck up. Did Hillary Clinton just call Justice Clarence Thomas an angry black man? Also, the irony of Hillary Clinton saying the words.
A person of grievance for as long as I've known him. Resentment, grievance, anger.
Hillary fucking Clinton using those words. Grievance, resentment, anger. Have you ever, when was the last time that you saw Hillary Clinton speaking anywhere where she wasn't a person of grievance, resentment, and anger? Even as she speaks right now, the way she talks about Clarence Thomas. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? But she just called Clarence Thomas an angry black man. Did you hear that? I mean, you had to hear that, right? Oh my, as George Takei would say. So I just found that so ironic.
And he has signaled in the past to lower courts, to state legislatures,
I don't remember what she says here.
cases, pass laws, get them up. I may not win the first, the second, or the third time, but we're going to keep at it.
So you're saying people pay attention.
So anyway, that wasn't the important. The important part is her calling him an angry black man. Just like, the irony of it. I get the vapors just thinking about it. So anyway,
the people he is speaking to, which are the
shut up. Okay, I need some music for this one. Thank you, Chicago Mike, for sponsoring the show. I see you there, brother. I see you. Let me get some proper music. We're doing we're doing Latin music today. So we're gonna be some Latin music for all the super chats today. Thank you, Chicago Mike, putting a big bullet in the jar. Chicago Mike with the 556 says, today's episode is sponsored by Cassidy Hutchinson, who, quote, heard it from, hold up. I'm sorry, I blew it because I didn't even know there was a song in here. Cassidy Hutchinson, who heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who Heard it from another, something to the effect that Trump is bad. And yes, Chicago Mike is an REO Speedwagon. Well, they are from Chicago. Kevin Cronin, Chicago native, and I think isn't the whole band from Chicago? I'm pretty sure. Anyway, back to the article here. Thank you, Chicago Mike. You're greatly appreciated, sir. All right. So anyway, her saying she went to law school with him, and he's been a person of grievance for as long as I've known him. My God, many of the people. Now, columnist Darvio Morrow explains why white progressives always talk like this. And Darvio says, many of these people do not view black people as equals, but as tools to give credibility and moral authority to their ideology. Many white progressives view themselves as the savior of black people, and as a result, they unconsciously believe we owe them our undying loyalty. FTG. That's why when anyone crosses them, they attack with a particular level of venom. And it's not just black Republicans who they come for. White progressives will attack moderate black Democrats, too, when they get out of line. Very adept. By the way, if you just got here, refresh your page so that the chat works for you. Good morning, Man Squatch, Zombie Teddy, and why are you so angry? I'm not asking Zombie Teddy why are you so angry. I'm saying hi to why are you so angry, the person in the chat with that name. Also, good morning, Tales of Gore. Now, not all the attacks have come from white progressives. Whoopi Goldberg offered the following advice to Justice Thomas on The View. Well, you better hope that they don't come for you, Clarence, and say you should not be married to your wife who happens to be white, because they will move that, and you better hope they will move that. What the hell does that mean? And you better hope nobody says, well, you're not in the Constitution. You're back to being a quarter of a person, because that's not going to work either. You will note that Goldberg feels the need to bring up Thomas's interracial marriage. Many attacks on him since Dobbs was handed down dwell on this irrelevant fact. And it's funny, because we talked about this the other day. She's kind of stupid, because it wasn't a quarter of a person. First of all, the 2/3 thing was just a count of population, a census count that compromised, so that allowed, for whatever reason, the South to count some of their slaves, and not all black people were slaves. So you don't know where Clarence Thomas is. Well, we do know, because he was from the South. But anyway, and not only slaves were counted as 2/3. And not every black person was a slave. And also, like someone said the other day, it should have been the slaves counting as 0 towards the census, towards the representation in the new found Congress. But they were trying to get a union. So it was a compromise that, people love to throw back at, saying, oh, they only counted black people as 2/3 of a person. You weren't even a whole human. Well, that's not how it was, you dumb shits. Anyway, thank you again, Chicago Mike. REO Speedwagon was founded in 1968 in Champaign, Illinois, at the University of Illinois. Well, thank you for the continued support of the show. I appreciate you, brother. Okay, an actor, Samuel L. Jackson, these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane, Jackson, who also brought up Thomas's wife, he tweeted, how's Uncle Clarence? Oh, isn't that cute? Uncle Clarence. I would have never. Did you think that one up all by yourself, Samuel? How's Uncle Clarence feeling about overturning Loving versus Virginia? Loving was the landmark ruling in which the court struck down the state laws banning interracial marriage. Goldberg and Jackson were both repeating misinformation circulated by the corporate media about the concurring opinion written by Justice Thomas in Dobbs. Thomas merely discusses the need to reassess the constitutional basis for Griswold versus Connecticut, the foundation for several Scottish rulings, including gay marriage. But Justice Kavanaugh writes in a separate concurrence, quote, the parties' arguments have raised another related other related questions, and I address some of them here. First is the question of how this decision will affect other precedents involving issues such as contraception and marriage. In particular, the decisions in Griswold versus Connecticut, Einstadt versus Baird, and Loving versus Virginia, and the Obergefell, how do you say that? Obergefell versus Hodges. I emphasize what the court today states: overruling Roe does not mean overruling the overruling of those precedents. So anyway, all they saw was they put those cases up there, and oh my God, they're talking about these cases too. Except they forgot that last line. Overruling Roe does not mean the overruling of those precedents. Anyway, so the left's ongoing attacks on Justice Thomas have nothing to do with his judicial opinions. It began well over 30 years ago when our current president was the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, and President George H.W. Bush nominated Thomas for the seat he now occupies on the Supreme Court. Biden, the former vice president, whose well-documented history of racism had already been established by his opposition to desegregation, attempted to derail the nomination in what Thomas himself succinctly described during an incredibly dramatic hearing as, quote, a high-tech lynching for uppity blacks who in any way deign to think for themselves, end quote. Clarence Thomas hasn't always been a conservative. Most readers will be surprised to learn that his early thinking was heavily influenced by Malcolm X, who understood the duplicity of the people who now call themselves progressives. Quote, the worst enemy that the Negro has is this white man that runs around here drooling at the mouth, professing to love Negroes and calling himself a liberal. I'm using the language of the time, thank you. End quote. This is a message that has been reinforced over and over again since Justice Thomas was sworn in at October 23rd, 1991. He knows what these people are and why they are attacking him. He doesn't like it. And of course, he is better than the best of them. So that's I appreciate that article. So I want to show you, though, a couple new ones, because this one would really piss me off when I saw this, because, George Takei, wait, I really hate you two fucking with the chat. Oh, refresh the page and everything should be okay. It's worked ever since I refreshed the page, and it seems like that is. In fact, that's what it says at the top. So anyway, oh my, George Takei decided to chime in when he was on CNN for something. And like anyone gives a fuck what a gay actor cares about Roe versus Wade. I don't know. But anyway, George Takei decided to let his racist bona fides fly. There's no I was gonna say there's no more racist people than the Asian variety, but that's not true, because my next door neighbor would be really mad at me if I said that, because she just happens to be Asian. She's really cool as fuck. But anyway, George Takei decided to call Justice Thomas a blackface clown.
Angry. He doesn't belong there. And
oh, wait, here it is.
He is a clown in blackface sitting on the Supreme Court. He gets me that angry. He doesn't belong there. And
just call him a nigga. Just call him a nigga, George. You know you want to. George. God, dog, these people. I don't get it. Just let it fly, George. You want to let it fly. That you want to let it fly. I know. Wait, what happened? Oh, what happened there? Did I accidentally? Oh, that was supposed to be my first one. Anyway, I'm leaving these tweets together. Also, now some of you've already saw some of these though. These people lost their damn minds. But everyone knows everyone's favorite. I was going to say favorite fat piece of shit, Ethan Klein. Now he stopped short of it, but this is a guy who has no problem using the words. So I'm trying to figure out why he didn't use it here. Ethan Klein post. Let's see here. Who says, where to begin with this dead-eyed freak? Wait. Wait a minute. Ethan. Oh, I forgot the FTGs, didn't I? Throw some FTG. Hillary Clinton. FTG George. Kai. Who else did I miss there? Anyway, FTG. Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein. If you're not sure, that's that homeless looking dude that does the H3 podcast. He's the he looks fat and so does, I mean, they look like a homeless couple, I swear to God. And they're silly, what's their clothing line called, these jackasses? Teddy Fresh or something like that. It sounds like Teddy Fresh. Doesn't that sound like a clothing line that you'd be peddling out of a white van with candy in it? I'm just sorry. It sounds like it sounds really, really bad to me. Anyway, Ethan Klein, where to begin with this dead-eyed freak? His wife, Ginny, is a Republican insider that urged Trump to overturn the election. Did she now? God. Clarence refuses to recuse himself from related cases, massive ethics violation, more tax evasion, sexual harassment. He's an obedient pawn. Did you just call him a house nigga? Ethan, is that what you're saying? And criminal. And what sexual harassment? You're talking about when he was nominated. Oh my God. Anyway. And then he goes here. This man is not qualified to sit on a PTA meeting, let alone the Supreme Court. Fuck Clarence Thomas. Well, Ethan, maybe you should go to law school and get a law degree and be towards the top of your class. Look, here's the thing. I don't care what you think of Clarence Thomas. I don't. He's an accomplished jurist. Grew up in absolute poverty in the South. Single mother, food stamps, the whole works. And he worked his way through school, law school, clerking, everything that he did. Became a judge, went on the circuit court, and is now a Supreme Court justice. This motherfucker's the American dream, regardless what you think his opinions are. And yet, y'all go all 100% racist as soon as he does something you don't like. So, I had this open here with George Takei. So I already have that link. I can drop that one. Oh, I see what I did there. The person who posted that originally was our friend Roderick Threats, who's a guy I've been following on Twitter for a long time. Good dude. Has his own podcast and shit. Anyway, and then also, but there's some of these crazy people. So this hoe, Abigail Markstein, she's got a rainbow flag though, so she must be a good person, right? This tweet is sickening. Clarence Thomas is a dirty porch monkey. A dirty porch monkey? Who the fuck uses porch monkey anymore? Do you even know what, these motherfuckers don't even know what a porch monkey is. And as a trans woman, I'm giving everyone permission to use the N-word on him. Are you wait a minute. Is Abigail Markstein a Poe? Let's look up Abigail Markstein. Abigail Markstein. Is that it? Let's see who this is. Is this a parody account? It's got it. Because when you say something like, as a trans woman, I give everyone permission to use the N-word on him. That's got to be a parody account. What is this? Wait. ASAE. At ASAE. Let's see if this person still exists or this person protected their account. Oh, I see. They changed the avatar to Epstein. That's kind of funny. I'm thinking maybe it's a Poe. let's see what because it keeps changing the they keep changing the avatar and the name. Okay, this is someone. I think it's a Poe. Okay, anyway, but so maybe we got caught on that one. All right, where is it here? But here's some real ones. This someone named AJ Indie Cat saying, "Does the nigger realize his rights are next?" Oh, really? We got more on her in a minute. We got this asshole. This is John Corb. We already talked about him. Just another dumb field nigger. Now, some people say that he got the actual vernacular wrong. It's field Negro, but he was this leftist, whatever the hell he is, just wanted to write the word out because he was just dying to say the word. And then who's this? Obviously, this video is not getting monetized. Oh, and then Sarah hinted. Oh, has to talk about his wife, huh? No, he's got a Caucasian wife. So doesn't that make him? And please, nobody blame this phrase on anyone. But a Southern cracker, an uppity nigger. Oh, yes, you are some special motherfuckers. So anyway, I'll just say FTG to all of them. Oh, but anyway, but remember that now the one, she came back and said, and this is how pissed off I am. Drop the N-word and people react. I'm not racist either. Just making a point. Yeah, you're making a point that you're a racist bitch. So, because you've been dying. You've just been dying to use the word. These crazy motherfuckers. All right, let's see here. Let me move on. Oh, and that was just Ethan Klein. I got Ethan Klein on here twice. I don't need him here twice. We talked about Hillary Clinton, so we're gonna go there next. So anyway, let me read this. Let me read this super real quick. C. Thomas, kapow! Oh no, that's not kapow. That's Thomas. That other Thomas. But C. Thomas is in the house. C. Thomas, nice to see you back. Good morning. Also, good morning, Asian Research Director. Good morning, Kiever Dam. And also Lunatics in the house. Nice to see you. So C. Thomas drops a deuce in the tip jar. Thank you, sir. And let's add a little music to this. C. Thomas says, my contempt for George Too Gay will only die after he finally does. He's a sanctimonious twat who has no IQ or place in political discussions. He deserves to be snubbed for spaceflight. Fuck him, that annoying leftist prick. Thank you, C. Thomas. Some soothing words in the morning for the show. All right, stop the music. All right, thank you, C. Thomas. I appreciate that very much for sponsoring the show. All right, so anyway, so as we can tell, there, when the leftists, I got a couple memes. One here that I'm going to show you about this because I thought this was funny. Here's what happens to a liberal when a POC, their words, not mine. Hello, Brent Mays. Is this thing on? Yes, it is. You have to once you've typed into the chat, you need to refresh the page one time, and then your chat should work normal. Here's the when liberals, the second a person of color goes off script, they start reaching for that N key. Whoops, I meant to do this. And there we go. And then the next one here is pretty funny too. Now, I don't know, you have to kind of know the movie to get the joke, but the tolerant left, when they find out a black person is conservative.
Your life makes me sad.
And then, what's this one? Oh, but now, However, what's interesting about this whole thing is, I don't know if I showed this the other day, but this thing that Justice Sonia Sotomayor is. Now, I think she might be, I don't want to say the dumbest, because you can't get to the Supreme Court and be completely dumb. I would say she's the most partisan, strictly unconstitutional justice on the court. I'm being kind. But she did say some nice words about Justice Thomas, and I think it's important that we hear those words from her, because she's actually, as far as her respect for Justice Thomas, well, it shows in this clip. So let me...
But I suspect I have probably disagreed with him more than with any other justice. That we have not joined each other's opinions more than anybody else. And yet, Justice Thomas is the one justice in the building that literally knows every employee's name, every one of them. And not only does he know their names, he remembers their families' names and
sorry for the little
histories.
Glitch there.
He's the first one who will go up to someone when you're walking with him and say, "Is your son okay? How's your daughter doing in college?" He's the first one that, when my stepfather died, sent me flowers in Florida. He is a man who cares deeply about the court as an institution, about the people who work there, but about people. He has a different vision than I do about how to help people and about their responsibilities to help themselves. I've often said to people, Justice Thomas believes that every person can pull themselves up by their bootstraps. I believe that some people can't get to their bootstraps without help.
Now, let me stop there, because there's an interesting thing that she just said there about their philosophies. And neither of those philosophies have anything to do with what their job is on the Supreme Court. Okay. And I'll let her finish here, but I just wanted to stop and say that, because the court isn't there to decide whether people need help or not. The court is there to determine if the rule of law is being followed and if everything is in accordance with our Constitution. So whether or not you think people need help pulling themselves up or not, that's not your job. That's the job of the legislatures of each state, and I would even say the general legislature, the Congress, the United States, what I would call the legislature of the United States, the Congress. So interesting that she brings up that part, but it's irrelevant to both of their jobs. Anyway, let her finish here.
They need someone to help them lift their foot up so they can reach those bootstraps. That's a very different philosophy of life.
That's of life, but not of the court. It's irrelevant to the court. Just saying.
But I think we share a common understanding about people and kindness towards them. That's why I can be friends with him and still continue our daily battle over our difference of opinions in cases.
Very good point. Hang on a second there. Very good point, Chicago Mike. That's completely different than what you heard from Hillary Clinton. That it's not about anger. It's not about resentment, or what was the word she used? She used resentment, anger, grievance. Really? Because Sonia Sotomayor has a completely different opinion. and shows Thomas a man of compassion, conviction, caring, and one who someone who's good at remembering people's names and what's going on in their families and is quick to, acknowledge someone's troubles or, tragedies, is not a person who's a person of grievance. And in fact, to be a person of grievance would be one who said, no, they can't pull themselves up. They can't do something for themselves. You have a grievance. It's holding you back. That's just the opposite of what Clarence Thomas is. So anyway, the leftist, who was it? Deshef says, good morning, by the way, Deshef. So the KKK never left. It just changed the color of sheets from white to blue. Yeah, pretty much. And C. Thomas, yes, isn't kind of weird or wild when Sotomayor is the voice of reason. True. Why can't more Dems? Well, why can't more Dems be like her? Because they want power. Okay, and I think there's an interesting, there's this interesting dynamic on the Supreme Court because we saw this before too with Antonin Scalia and Ruth Bader Ginsburg. They were like best of friends, and they hung out together. They had, they did outings together. They had family, meals together and things like that. And they, where the Supreme Court, you're not, once you get to that level and you're in that group, do you have any more cravings for power? Because you're a group of people who probably have as much power as anybody. And with great power comes great responsibility. Sorry, didn't mean to throw in the Spider-Man line in there. But it is true. With great power comes great responsibility. But also, once you get to that point, you have to have respect for your colleagues because you are all in that same boat. And at any time that, you could be criticized greatly. But you also, what do you need to do? Do you need to fight for more power? Well, no, you're already at the peak. Unless you decide to go to the political side of the aisle, which I've never heard of a Supreme Court justice going from Supreme Court justice back into the political realm. I have heard of people in the political realm going into the, the judicial branch. And I believe, wasn't there I could have sworn there was a former justice that went from senator to going into the Supreme Court. Whatever. But I've never heard anyone go the opposite direction, from the court to the political side. So it's an interesting dynamic that they have. And so there you go. Let's move on to some other things that I have floated out there, or at least that will be in the tabs today. By the way, all of these tweets and the couple articles I get to today and everything we do, I add to a single link in the description down below. For those of you who are new here, it's called a one-tab link. It's in the second paragraph, where you can click that link and everything we've done today will be listed on a single page with hyperlinks to all the tweets and articles that we go through today. So a couple interesting things that were that I found. First of all, I was curious about the title of this article from The Hill, but Kamala Harris has clarified Biden re-election plans, and I'm thinking, oh, here we go. So here in The Hill, we have this article. Vice President Harris on Wednesday sought to clarify recent comments she made about President Biden's re-election plans after she told CNN earlier this week that the president was definitely running again in 2024. Uh-oh. Or should it be? She clarifies. Harris told a reporter on Air Force 2 before... why did that refresh? Now I'm wondering if the article changed. I won't get a chance to find out. Harris told a reporter on Air Force 2 before departing for California that, quote, the president intends to run, and if he does... What? I will be his ticket mate. We will run together. Wait a minute. The president intends to run, and if he does, is it just me, or does that not clarify? I'm not sure. Anyway, the White House, Taft was justice after. Yeah, that's right. I knew there was one president that became a Supreme Court justice after the presidency. The White House said Harris wanted to clarify comments she made 2 days earlier in an interview with CNN's Dana Bash. In the interview, Bash noted House Minority Whip James Clyburn, who helped catapult Biden ahead of the crowded Democratic presidential primary in 2020, said Harris would be his top choice to run for president if Biden opts not to seek re-election. Oh, please, Lord, make that happen. I want Kamala Harris running for president. Please, Lord. I'm sorry. I got a little happy there. Oh my God, that would be awesome. Anyway, look, it'd be just as awesome as Biden running again, as far as I'm concerned, because she's a gaffe. What is it? A gaffe. A gaffe food processor. I don't know what something that produces gaff. She's a gaff master. Anyway, Joe Biden is running for re-election, and I will be his ticket mate, Harris told Bash. Full stop. Bash asked. Full stop. That's it. Now, the clarification, noting that Biden intends to run, not that he is definitely running. I think somebody in the DNC said, Hey, tamp that down. We don't want him to run again. Her clarification that Biden intends to run, not that he's definitely running, mirrors what the White House has consistently said about the president's plan for 2024. Wednesday follow-up may also be part of an effort to avoid Federal Election Commission disclosure requirements for a candidate who have definitely entered the race. Oh, that could be too. But it is sure to inject further uncertainty into the conversation at the time when Biden's approval rating are mired in the high 30% range and his age has become a common talking point in D.C. circles. Yes, they're going to talk about age a lot, especially if he doesn't run, because in order to discourage some of the other elderly Democrats from running, Hillary Clinton, what's the other dude? Bernie Sanders and even Donald Trump, who's not a Democrat, but, Anyway, White House spokespeople have repeatedly said Biden intends to run again in 2024, and the president himself has previously said he plans to run again if his health allows. Well, he already made the quote, something about when I get sick, and number 2 is Kamala Harris. So who knows? Anyway, I just thought that was fascinating. Real quick, by the way, I guess it's shill time. Morning Night Live is brought to you by you. You are the sponsors of the Morning Night Live. Please hit the like button if you haven't done it already. How are we doing here? We got 31 people here and 26 likes. Hit the like button if you haven't thought about it yet. I'm reminding you, and share the stream and PDogNight.live and super chats and stuff like that. You can sponsor the show. All right, let's move on. This is interesting because, after Roe versus Wade, this gentleman, I don't know who he is, tinfoil something, wrote a message to the left from a gay man saying it wasn't enough. And this is interesting thread here, interesting message, and I want to read it in whole because I found it fascinating. And it's pretty small, so you probably can't see it on the screen. In fact, I can barely see it. Holy shit, what the hell? It's better to do it this way. But anyway, he said, a message to the left from a gay man. It wasn't enough. Oh, you're angry because the reversal of Roe versus Wade? Okay. You're angry because you think they will come for gay marriage next in gay relations. Okay. Well, let's see whose fault that is, per se. Any guesses? We're looking right at the issue now. You. This is interesting. This is an interesting start. There's going to be bells going. All we gay, bi, lesbian, and even some sane transgender people wanted was to be able to live our lives as normal people and blend in with the rest of the community with our partners. We got that back in 2015, and we were good with it. In fact, we were closing the fight after that. However, for you, It wasn't enough. You sent your minions to a Christian baker who just wanted to bake cakes and follow his beliefs in God. You didn't want to go to the next store. You chose him so you could attack his beliefs. You did so many times over. I'm surprised he's still in business. It wasn't enough. You began pushing Pride Month, where corporations would virtue signal by putting pride labels on their logos. You pushed it in every TV station across America while they had to sit there and deal with the crap for an entire month. Yet the birth of our nation, July 4th, only gets one day. Our veterans who fought for our freedom in this country only get one day. It wasn't enough. You pushed your way into workplaces and demanded that anyone who disagrees with LGBT needs to be silenced and fired just for voicing their opinion. All for equality. It wasn't enough. You then forced your ways into the school, silencing and shaming any opposition. If anyone said anything, even us gay people, we were silenced, shamed, and even attacked at our workplaces by getting us fired. It wasn't enough. You pushed your way through convincing society that children under the age of 18 were transgender at the drop of a hat. They needed access to hormone blockers and surgery. If people disagreed, they were bigots, transphobes, haters, evil. It wasn't enough. We now have trans people who transitioned at an early age and are now regretting decisions that have forever mutilated their bodies and their lives destroyed. Yet, when they speak up, they were silenced too and called transphobes. It wasn't enough. Now you have transgender activists calling out gay men if they didn't want to accept trans men as men, that they're homophobic, even though by definition being gay means attracted to the same sex, not gender. You called us homophobic, transphobic, and attempted to silence us. It wasn't enough. We now have drag queens reading to kids in libraries, doing very sexual, erotic dances, exposing themselves, yet you want to call that teaching equality. If anyone spoke up against it again, you call us transphobes, homophobes, Nazis. It wasn't enough. Now we have teachers pushing LGBT ideology along with pornographic books and teaching about this wild sex positions while calling it LGBT sex education. When we called it out, you called us Nazis, bigots, homophobes. Now we have more pride events with full nudity and very explicit actions being done in front of children. We have sex kink being brought up into the mix in front of children. We have parents bringing their kids to Pride, exposing them to this stuff. When we called it out, you screamed the same names: transphobe, homophobe, Nazi, and then some. We see what you're trying to do. You're normalizing pedophilia. However, myself and many other sane LGBT peeps are calling you assholes out. We're not going to let you do it. You destroyed equality for us, so we're going to make your lives miserable. You're not going to touch kids. You're not going to keep this going. It's ending now. We will call you out, expose you to all the world when you start feeling that anger and hate flow towards you, calling us homophobe, transphobe. It's no longer going to work. You played your card too long and it ends. You only have yourself to blame because it wasn't enough for you. It won't be enough for us until every single one of you are brought to some sort of justice. You pedophiles. You are monsters in the shadow, wanting to get close to any kid around. You want to pervert them so you can normalize grooming them. Nope, not anymore. Get ready, because we're coming for you and we're bringing hell with us just for you. There is no more discussion, no more reasoning, no more anything. You brought this on you all because it wasn't enough. Sincerely, the LGBT community who just wanted equality. This is a brave soul, and he tagged a bunch of different people on this. It's interesting. some of the replies to this. Foo, my friend Foo Politibunny, said, wow, you wrote this. I did a little fist pump reading it. He also tagged, strategic advice. You know that age-inappropriate relationships are very common in the community. I wager you know a lot of people who were either on either or both sides of one. Out the predators. They are driving this. Get them out into the sunlight and hopefully to justice. Non-binary person here, 100% agree. Our community is no longer about love or equality. It's about hate and supremacy. And as an LGBTQ person, I can't support it. Thank you for writing this because you've said everything I've been thinking. I'm surprised that's all the straight people want to, just live and let live. But that isn't enough. We now have to be allies and are forced to agree with and support any claim, any idea foisted upon us by the LGBTQ plus brigade. I'm wondering how many people are actually. Oh my gosh, I didn't see this meme. Here's a meme for you. Where'd it go? No, don't do this to me, computer. That was actually. Oh my God, that was a funny one. What happened? Oh, here it is. Is this it? No. What happened to the meme? It was. Here it is, right here. How was school? Oh no! What happened? I wonder why that won't post. Anyway, it was how was school and the kids throwing up a rainbow. Someone here, I remember the U.S. Gay Cake Row and initially supported the man who wanted the cake. We had a version in, I don't know what that is, N.I. Asher Bakery. Almost at the same time, there was a family who wanted a cake with their son's name, which was a well-known dictator, and the bakery refused. I supported that bakery for saying no to a cake with Happy Birthday Adolf Hitler on it. Then I thought about the Gay Cake Row. Why didn't the customer go elsewhere when the bakery said no to that? The more I thought about it, I started siding with the bakery's right to say no. And she continues on that. So, then the hold hands memes. So anyway, all you wanted was to live peacefully, a peaceful life with people who you loved. Your words are powerful, poignant. They eclipse the feelings of so many people whose voices have been stolen from them, lumped into a twisted nightmare bearing zero resemblance to pride. Thank you for this. So I've been looking for someone who decided to take a dump on the guy, but he's got lots and lots and lots and lots of replies supporting him. So, best of luck to that guy. Still, it makes you nervous when someone writes something like that and, see what happens to them. But anyway, now a couple other things that I found funny. So there's this meme here, which now let me I'm just to show it to you, and then I want to hear your opinions because this is fascinating. Richo's in the house. I just saw you there, brother. Welcome to the show. You have to respect other people's opinion. Their opinion. Now, let's see who the first one is that can tell me what's wrong with that. Because the first reply to it is, it's literally 6. The next reply, it's 6. Y'all are smoking. The next reply, literally 6, but okay. It's 6. Y'all don't understand how exponents work, and it shows. Please, somebody tell me what's wrong with this. Oh, my God. Okay, so thank you, Avocado Diablo. Thank you, C. Thomas. Thank you, Richo. Yes, these 3 squared would be 3 times 3, which is not 6. That would be 9. Anyway, moving on. In the world of free speech, Turn the 6 upside down. Exactly. Noah Reed, how you doing? Nice to see you. In the world of free speech, apparently Jordan Peterson got a Twitter strike. And no more Twitter until he deletes a tweet. Definitely not a free speech platform at the moment. And then she tags Elon Musk. This is Michaela Peterson, Jordan Peterson's daughter. Well, now, do you know why? Hello, Simon Wolfwood. Do you know why Jordan Peterson got a strike? Well, let's check out the strike. And this is, look, as much as I disdain Twitter for this particular thing, I do want to say, at least when you get a strike on Twitter, they tell you precisely what you get the strike for. Because on YouTube, they don't do that. If you get a copyright claim or strike, they will send you your video and they will tell you the timestamp of the areas between the time that they're taking the copyright claim is coming from, and you can review it and look at it and go, oh, this is the part where they think I used somebody's music or somebody's video out of in an illegal manner. But when they give you a community strike, all they do is they'll tell you the vague part of the vague rule, not the specific rule, but the general policy that you broke, but they won't tell you what it was. So, for example, when I got my strike back about a month ago for pornography and explicit content, when there has been never, ever been any pornography or explicit content on my channel, I asked them, well, hey, can you give me a timestamp? Because I'm trying to figure out what the fuck you're talking about. And no, they just, every time you get a different person when you tweet to Team YouTube, and they just tell you which policy you violated without telling you. And they still, to this day, have not told me what policy they violated. Well, at least Twitter will tell you. Now, let's read the strike that Jordan Peterson got on Twitter. It says, we have temporarily limited some of your account features, Dr. Jordan Peterson. What happened? Well, we have determined that this account violated the Twitter rules specifically for, and I quote, Zablé, hi, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Here's what happened, they're telling him. Violating our rule against hateful conduct. Uh-oh. Jordan Peterson with some hateful conduct. Quote, you may not promote violence against, threaten, or harass other people on the basis of race, ethnicity, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity. Oh, is there a difference between gender and gender identity? Interesting. Religious affiliation, age, disability, or serious disease. Now, again, I'm going to say the first part of this again because it's very important. You may not promote violence against, threaten, or harass other people on the basis of those things. As a result, we've temporarily limited some of your account features. While in this state, you can still browse Twitter, but you're limited to only sending direct messages to your followers. No tweets, retweets, fleets. When they got rid of fleets a long time ago. Or follows or likes. Learn more. Your account will be restored to full functionality in 12 hours and 0 minutes. You can start your countdown and continue to Twitter once you, quote, delete the content that violates our rules. One tweet. If you think we made a mistake, contact our support team. Now, let's look at the tweet that Dr. Jordan Peterson got in trouble for. Page 2. You must delete this tweet, violating our rules against hateful content. You may not promote violence, threaten, or harass people based on race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender identity, religious affiliation, age, disability, and serious disease. Now, not promote violence or threaten or harass. Here's the tweet. Remember when pride was a sin? And Ellen Page just had her breast removed by a criminal physician. Now, if you're not familiar with Elliot Page, now Ellen changed that person's name to Elliot Page, and got some surgery and it is self-identifying as a man now. That's apparently Jordan Peterson dead named Elliot Page. But I'm curious. The violation in question, because I'm super curious. In fact, you can't even do that. I want to figure out what that is. I'm super, super curious about this, though, because you may not promote violence against, threaten, or harass other people. Jordan made a statement here. How exactly does this promote violence, threaten, or harass? He did not tag Elliot, Ellen, whatever the hell his name's. He did not tag Paige. He didn't use Paige's Twitter, tag so that Paige would read this. All he did was made a statement. Now, I want to look up. This is the harder part because I can't cut and paste this. I wonder if I can do this on. Let's see. Let me do this. By the way, real quick, thank you, Keverdam, dropping a 5 in the Drive Twitter super chat. Thank you very much. Who says, "Hi, Zablay Heart. I seem to have been banned from chat." No. You're not banned from chat, Keverdam. In fact, I think I saw you there. What happened? You have to refresh the page, and then it should work again. This is really weird. There's something going on weird with YouTube. We figured out that once you refresh the chat, you will be able to chat normally. So you have not been banned from the chat. But thank you for sponsoring this channel. I appreciate that. I want to look up this. I want to look up that. Oh, shoot. Now I lost it. Where'd it go? I want to look this up. So let me. I don't even have a pen. Here, let's do this. I'll type in the chat. https://t.co/IXC. Is that an L? LLHAYZUF. Did I do that right? I hope so. Let's see if we can see what I want to see what he, specifically what he was linking here. The site can't be reached. Okay. I don't know what he linked there. Maybe that's just the link to the tweet. But anyway, so that's why Jordan Peterson has been suspended, because he mentioned a person's name that he's not supposed to. Anyway, YouTube's screwing with the chat people. Can't see their comments. YouTube is on a period again. Okay, everyone, you have to refresh this page because I agree with the title. I've refreshed like 7 times. It's still screwing up. Oh, is it? Well, I don't know if they're just messing with me now because of the title, even though I didn't spell out the word in full. Moving on. So I thought of something the other day about, remember when, what's her name? Hutchins, Cassidy, whatever. Someone wrote her name out. Is it Cassidy Hutchinson? Cassidy Hutchinson. So Cassidy Hutchinson was testifying the other day, and it just dawned on me. There was a big part of this testimony that was talking about how, and this person tweeted it, quite seriously, don't care. Let's talk about Trump knowing that the rioters had weapons, and he still wanted to give them access to the Capitol. Now, that's not exactly true. He didn't want to give them access to the Capitol. He said he didn't care. Because apparently, at some point during the radio chatter for January 6th, 2021, sometime during the radio chatter, apparently someone was saying that there were people walking towards the Capitol with Glocks and AR-15s, which didn't turn out to be true, right? But let me ask you a question. If that's the radio chatter from people in authority, people who are security, Capitol Police or whoever, right? And they're bitching because they were saying they mentioned this to Trump, and Trump said, well, you're not coming to get me, blah, blah, blah. They're trying to say that Donald Trump directed these people to bring a bunch of weapons and go to the Capitol, right? This brings up a new question, though. Because remember where the first breach of those Capitol, they look like bike racks, right? They use those bike rack barriers, right? Remember, if there was chatter that there were people heading to the Capitol with weapons that go pew-pew, right? Why was there only one guard in that little place that was the most direct route from the Trump speech a mile and a half away and the Capitol building? Why was there only one guard there if there was chatter on the radios about people walking around with guns and weapons and shit? Why, if they knew that there were people anywhere in that vicinity with guns, don't you think they would have immediately called for reinforcements all around the Capitol building? Do you think they would have had an all-out alert that there are people running around with guns? Why was there only one female officer holding the gate where Ray Epps was yelling, "We need to go into the Capitol"? Remember where Ray Epps whispered in the guy's ear? And then all of a sudden, less than 5 seconds later, that guy's pushing that fence and that officer falls backwards. Remember the officer that testified that she was pushed back, she hit her head, and she was unconscious, and then she was all these other places where things happened. She witnessed everything there. She was like Forrest Gump. Where were the people when that chatter, supposedly these rioters had weapons and guns and this and that and Glocks and AR-15s and blah, 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 and they're heading towards the Capitol? Okay, if that's the case, Donald Trump was giving a speech at the time. He was at the Ellipse, where they were giving the speeches and shit, right? Why wasn't security on red alert, immediately beefed up with there should have been thousands of Capitol reinforcements there if they saw people coming with guns, but they didn't. Why? Somebody wanted this to happen. I'm just saying, that's my little conspiracy theory. Thank you again, Keeverdam, for another sponsor of the show. And you're not able to. Oh, I fresh, and my messages still disappear when I toggle the chat. Well, that sucks. Well, thank you for sponsoring the show again. You don't have to. You don't have to do it that way. You can do $1 or no, $2. I think it's limited to $2. That's weird. Anyway, YouTube is the hard R. Oh, good morning, Cool Frog. That made my day. All right. Anyway, so I just had a thought when I saw it, because I was arguing with people about, because here, U.S. Secret Service spokesman Anthony Guglielmi tells me that the 10 days before the Hutchinson hearing, the January 6th committee did not reach out for more details regarding the Beast Ride, because so some of Ms. Hutchinson's testimony from the other day is being questioned by people who actually wrote the note that she said she wrote, and by people who were in the car that she said that the president reached for this wheel, and by other Secret Service people. Nate DeLawyer is starting a stream going from lawyer dog to a real lawyer. Oh, that hurts. Well, I'm about to end my stream anyway. And then let me just get these last few. And then then we have President Puddinhead. And well, we're just gonna watch this. Biden insists the cost of everything are up for one reason and one reason only: Russia. Prices were up even before February, but it's Russia's fault because Putin controls the market prices of everything in the U.S. It's out of Joe's hands. So here's Joe Biden making excuses again, saying, it's not my fault. Please don't say it's my fault.
If we do these things, it's estimated we could bring down tomorrow, if Congress agreed and the states agreed, we could bring down the price of oil about $1 a gallon at the pump, in that range.
Really?
So
how?
We could have immediate relief in terms of the reduction of the elimination of temporary elimination of the gas tax.
Come on, spit it out.
And so I think there's a lot of things we can do and we will do, but the bottom line is ultimately the reason why gas prices are up is because of Russia.
Russia.
Russia
He even said it. Oh my God! He even said it. Russia. He's, okay, Marsha Puddinbrain. Okay, whatever.
This exists is because of Russia. Russia not allowing grain to get out of Ukraine. And so that's the way in which I think we should move, and I think it would have a positive impact on the price at the pump.
All right, whatever. By the way, Russia did. What did they do today? They did something about not in Donbass. They opened the Isle of Snakes or Snake Island or whatever. They're removing themselves from Snake Island to allow Ukrainian grain exports to leave Ukraine. I don't really trust anybody over there right now, so I don't know if I believe that or not, but that's the story. Now I'm out of time, but I did want to finish with one note here that I'm not going to play the video, but I think it's this is something that happened that maybe not enough people have heard about. Herschel Woody Williams, a World War II, was in the World War II. He was in the U.S. Marine Corps. He was a Medal of Honor winner, and he passed away recently. And so I've linked a video in this about Herschel Williams. It's about 7 minutes long, but I'm not going to play it on the show. But I want you to, if you get a chance, watch it. It's about this particular Medal of Honor winner. But here's just a few things about him. He passed away, I think, yesterday, and I wish more people knew about him. Also known as Woody Williams, rank corporal, highest rank, chief warrant officer, level 4. He was in World War II in the unit headquartered company, 1st Battalion, 21st Marines, 3rd Marine Division, and the U.S. Marine Corps. And he got his Medal of Honor on the action that got him his Medal of Honor was February 23rd, 1945. His citation: for conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity, I can't say that word very well, at the risk of his life above and beyond the call of duty as demolition sergeant serving the 21st Marines, 3rd Marine Division, in action against enemy Japanese forces in Iwo Jima, February 23rd, 1945. Quick to volunteer his services when our tanks were maneuvering vainly to open a lane for the infantry through the network of reinforced concrete pillboxes, buried mines, and black volcanic sands. Corporal Williams daringly went forward alone to attempt the reduction of devastating machine gun fire from the unyielding positions. Covered only by 4 riflemen, he fought desperately for 4 hours under terrific enemy small arms fire and repeatedly returned his own lines to prepare demolition charges, and to obtain serviced flamethrowers, struggling back frequently to the rear of hostile emplacements to wipe out one position after another. On one occasion, he daringly mounted a pillbox to insert the nozzle of his own flamethrower through the air vent, killing the occupants and silencing the gun. On another, he grimly charged enemy riflemen who attempted to stop him with bayonets and destroyed them with bursts of flames from his weapon. His unyielding determination and extraordinary heroism in the face of ruthless enemy resistance were directly instrumental in neutralizing one of the most fanatically defended Japanese strongholds encountered by his regiment and aided vitally in enabling his company to reach its objective. Corporal Williams' aggressive fighting spirit and valiant devotion to duty throughout his fiercely contested action sustained and enhanced the highest traditions of the United States Naval Service, because the Marine Corps is part of the Navy. So anyway, he was a World War II hero. If you want to learn more about Woody Williams, again, this link will be in the tab, a YouTube video describing his a little more in depth about Woody Williams. But rest in peace, Woody Williams. Thank you for your service, sir. And we salute you as we come into the celebration of the founding of our nation. And you are one of those great heroes that have helped us sustain the greatness and everything about what we do here and for people around the world. So there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the chat today. Obviously, YouTube is screwing around with something here, and I don't know what it is. But if you want to go, by the way, if you want to go see Nate the Lawyer, and let's see if I can, is there a way to share this? I'm going to actually share Nate the Lawyer's going live. What's he doing today? I always enjoyed Nate the Lawyer. He's live right now, in fact. He is talking about Amber Heard's criminal investigation and more. Oh, well, I'll put that link in the chat, and I'll have it in the description. Anyway, thanks everyone for being here. If you haven't done so, hit the like button on the way out. Share the stream before, during, and after the stream. If you're watching a replay, put a comment in the comment section. And you can always sponsor the show 24 hours a day, like Tazzy did with the big 5-0 today. I appreciate that, Tazzy. You're awesome. At pdognight.live, or there's other options in the description down below. YouTube super chats during the show. In fact, Chicago Mike just got one in here. Not all my chats are showing up either. I continue to make an Elliot and E.T. reference, and it disappears. Elliot. Thank you, Chicago Mike. You're awesome. Anyway, I will be updating the link during the outro, so if you want to wait around for that, it'll take a few minutes. And that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to go. Thank you for being here. I'm here Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, which means I'll be here tomorrow because it's Friday. FTG to all these assholes that we talked about today, except for Woody, because Woody's the shit. And thank you. Gotta go. My name's Pete Knight. Whoa, and I am out of here. Bye-bye. Hey, this is P-Dog Night, and thank you for watching today on the P-Dog Night channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P-Dog Night, and I'm out of here.